My name is Rosanna Lynn Miller, and this is a gross injustice of elder murder and abuse for exploitation in Bellefontaine, Logan County, Ohio. My mother, Ann Miller, died on November the 24th, 2006, and her death is still an open, uncharged case of matricide. The suspect is my parents' 40-year-old mooching son who weaseled back home because he was evicted out of his apartment, who has criminal convictions, credit debt, and believes he is entitled to a free ride. Mom was Dad's caretaker because he has dementia, mentally impaired, incompetent, and they were married for 58 years. I filed for guardianship of Dad in probate as their power of attorney and successor for their living trust, instructed me to get their affairs upheld and keep Dad with our family and out of abusive exploitation as her investigation proceeded on. All the legal documents, credentialed professionals, and every law was in place to prevent the following crimes from being committed by the government, who is supposed to serve the people, but instead served themselves under false color of the law, which is white-collar public corruption and/or RICO. I learned the police department egregiously compromised, contaminated, and impaired Mom's investigation, including unperformed forensic testing that let the suspect walk free. Coroners slide the autopsies for political motives or close association with police. Adult Protective Services and MDs are the probate court's best friend, and they do their bidding. Attorneys are officers of the court and where their first allegiance lies. The city law director is an ally of the court and appointed as the guardian ad litem who contrived an inventory of assets missing $177,000 out of a $500,000 estate. The court prosecutor ignored or lost evidence from the investigation, flagrantly submitted the errored inventory to the court, and is legal counsel for the judge who forced us into lawsuits. The probate judge denied my guardianship, leaving my mentally impaired dad in abuse with the matricide predator, and approved the theft of $177,000 from the estate in cahoots with his cronies and criminal. The appellant and Ohio Supreme Courts sanction corruption with rubber stamps and seldom overturn their own, even when rulings are contrary to the law. The judge, prosecutor, and law director are impersonating officers of the court, according to federal and state laws, because there is no oath of office and/or bond. We went to every government agency or department, but they said they could not do anything in our separate branches, but in the end is how they work so well together. Recently, they victimized and kidnapped me with an unlawful arrest and search and seizure for the first time in my life at the age of 60, while I'm being refused to manage my parents' affairs under the emotional pain and trauma, taunting, humiliating, and laughing. The unforgivable sin is Mom's grave still doesn't have a headstone or justice for the crime because of despotism, and recently the court trashed her will. The people's greatest threat is terrorism from judicial tyrants. Until consequences are enforced to criminally charge them for their tyranny, they commit on the people by ruling from discretion versus the laws for monetary profit. Their criminal acts will continue. To refuse or willfully neglect to enforce the law is malfeasance in office of oath and bond and treason against our country. The disrespect and arrogance the judicial display toward the legislative branch by ignoring the laws they implement for the safety, health, and welfare and the best interest of the citizen guarantees all hope is lost if left to continue. My spirit of American pride is broken. I expect an honest, truthful investigation and equal justice for Mom's death. Dad out of abuse and back with his family, and the estate paid back what was stolen. Until that happens, I will be vigilant to avenge those who committed these crimes on my patriotic parents. Claire and Ann Miller destroying the balance of my family. This isn't a request. This was our American constitutional right. Enforcing criminal charges who violate the people's trust is a must to restore honor of the government with we the people. Thank you.